Well, I'm starting to work on the HighChest, and I'm going to start with the Cabriolet legs and ball and claw. But the legs have a quarter column in it, and so I wanted to make sure that I was making the correct cuts before I started with the good stuff. So this is a piece of 1.25 inches, which is the size of the legs, and the upper part of the legs. And so I've cut a 1 inch corner in either direction, and then I took some scrap cherry that I had, glued it together, and then turned it to 7/8 of an inch or 1.5 inches round. And we'll try and take it apart here. And it's glued together. Better than I thought. So it's held together with the hide glue and craft paper here, and it was fairly stubborn to come apart there. Usually they just split right apart. Very sticky. And got most of the paper off of here. So it would fit in there like so. There's about 1/16 of an inch. Yeah, a little more than 1/16 on that side. Yeah, about 3/32. And then this has to be divided into 4s along here. So we'll put in the grooves next and see how that looks. But I think that's about right. Well, I'm still working on the quarter columns, or practice quarter columns here. But what I did is, in the previous videos you saw, I made quarter columns and turned it. This is the, I added the flutes to it here. So there's 4 flutes, and they're evenly spaced. These are 3/16 of an inch wide, which is what I measured the piece at. So looks pretty good. The real ones would be deeper and of course rounded on the bottom. But I wanted to make sure that I was happy with the size of everything before I cut the columns. So this is a 1 inch setback with 3/4 of an inch on either side, on obviously 1 3/4 inch stock. Well, getting started with the legs here, I've got a piece of 12/4 or 3, actually it's 3¼ inches thick, so it's oversized, but it's 10 foot long, as you can see there, and about 7 inches wide, so I can get 2 legs from each section. So what we've got is we need 32 inches for the Cabriolet leg. I got the template here, and this is how much you actually need. This part here will be for the knee blocks that we need, and likewise the same will occur down here. So there's enough there for 4 legs. So I'm going to chop it at that point and then square it up, and then we'll look into the mortising. So I'm cutting it with the handsaw at the moment, and my arm could get tired, but the saw is pretty sharp. You can see this is a left-handed handsaw. And there we have one down, one to go. Well, I've selected my 4 legs here and marked them out, and then I cut them all to the same length, and you can see the cutoffs there marked with the letters, so I'll need those later to match them up for the knee blocks. So next thing to do is to cut them out on a bandsaw. Well, I started bandsawing out the legs here, and I've had something happen that's never happened to me before. I've broken the tires on the bandsaw before, but this one keeps slipping off. And it's actually not broken, but either the heat, because it's still really warm here, or it's just worn out and won't stay on there anymore, so it keeps slipping off, and of course that loosens up the bandsaw blade. So we got to get a new tire, or use a different bandsaw, but I've got a lot of work to do, so I probably will get a new tire. Well, I cut out the Cabriolet legs today on actually 6 of them. So there's 2 more over here. And I picked the best 4 for the front and back legs that I need for the high boy. So I'm reasonably happy for what they are. So now I can mark them as to which 2 will be the front, which 2 will be the back, and then I can cut the mortises before I chop off the solid part.